He did my thing already.
One of the supervisor coming.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to get the meeting started. It is 2:10. Will you please start the meeting with everyone rising for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Supervisor Aguilar.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As you can see, this is a hybrid format commission meeting with the public being able to attend via Zoom as well as in person. I'd like to note for the record that a quorum is present. The meeting is being recorded and the video will be posted on the Commission's website at pb.state.ny.us.
And we should note that the last time we met in person was February of 2020.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
So it has
And it was
been
a
there.
very long meeting.
Yes, it was.
I also wanted to just note that minutes will also be taken as well, and they will be posted on the Commission's website. So getting right to the agenda, under administrative and public comment, we will be taking public comments first from the people present in the auditorium, and then by Zoom. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. This portion of the public comment period is for generally anything that they want to speak on. If you want to speak specifically to the comprehensive land use plan amendments, the hearing is at 3 p.m. I ask that you hold off making comments until that time so that they can be captured by the stenographer. So is there anyone present in the audience that would like to speak? Okay. Is there anyone present by Zoom that would like to speak? Please use the raise your hand feature. Nobody? Okay. All right. And I guess, do we have any phone-ins?
We have one phone in.
No? Okay. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from March 16th.
I second it.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I just wanted to also mention that there is a sign-in sheet for those individuals that wish to speak during the public hearing concerning the plan amendments. It's on the table on my right. Okay, moving right along to signs and stewardship under 2. It's 2A, Seeker Lead Agency Coordination for Sarnoff West, New York State DEC property. This is the seeker and the Commission performed on the prescribed burn plan. You should have received a copy of all the seeker documents and the negative declaration along with a draft resolution. So I would look for a motion to approve the previously distributed draft resolution to establish the Commission as lead agency under seeker and to make a negative declaration of significance for the Sarnoff West prescribed burn plan, and then to approve the Sarnoff West prescribed fire plan as well. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 2B is a memorandum of a resolution to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Commission and the Wertheim National Wildlife Refuge.
I make a motion that we adopt the memorandum of understanding.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's approved unanimously. I also just wanted to note that we will be also working on a separate memorandum of understanding with the Friends of Wertheim group as well. Item 2C is the draft resolution to approve the addition of members to the New York Wildfire Incident Management Academy Board.
I move that we approve the draft resolution.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is approved, motion carried unanimously. Under item 3, Planning, Land Use, and the Pine Barrens Credit Program, Core Preservation Area, item A, Sunrise Wind, Core Preservation Area, Compelling Public Need Hardship, with decision, Julie Hargrave.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So nice to see everyone in person. In the package, you have a draft resolution to approve this core hardship for Sunrise Wind on the basis of the project serving more than one municipality, that it can't be moved due to the landfall location and the connection location onshore, and there's a minimum amount of vegetation being removed, and there will be restoration when the project's complete. So we need your authorization to approve this decision.
I'll make a motion to grant the hardship exemption.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 3B is the determination of jurisdiction with regard to 2025 Flanders Road in Flanders. Proposal to build a 3-car garage with 1,000 square foot apartment above the garage and basement below, in addition to a swimming pool. This staff is looking for a motion to approve sending a letter to the town requesting additional information.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 3C, determination of jurisdiction, Pedro Rivera, northeast corner of Wading River Road and LIE, exit 69 in Manorville. Proposal to construct a 320 square foot agricultural building on conservation easement property in the credit program. And this is a review for consistency with the terms of the conservation easement that is held by the commission. Jerry, would you like to provide some background?
Sure. Thank you, Judy. Good afternoon, everyone. So the Commission has received a request for approval of the agricultural uses on the conservation easement parcel number 200 for 61 to 11. The property is located just north of exit 69 on LIE at the northeast corner of Expressway Service Road and Wading River Road in Manorville, town of Brookhaven. You can see it in the attached aerial to the report that was submitted in the e-packet. The easement was recorded back in 1996. It was one of the first easements that we have recorded. And the former owner received one Pine Barrens credit. The property size is 1 acre, and it is mostly cleared. It was part of the Doziak farm, and for many years the parcel was used to store big piles of manure. Pedro Rivera purchased the property last year, and currently the parcel is vacant. Mr. Rivera's request includes growing vegetables and flowers, fencing the property to protect crops from deer, bringing the water to water service, and installation of 320 square feet shed. The property is located in the agricultural district. The easement reserved rights allow the use of the parcel for agricultural activities, including construction of agricultural structures, As far as the project do not involve alteration of native vegetation. If the structure is strictly for agricultural use, it might not need the building permit from the town. So we're asking the commission members to review the proposal for consistency with easement restrictions and to vote today on whether Mr. Rivera's request should be approved. And Mr. Rivera is here today if you have any questions.
The only question I would have, and I think that we've done this in the past with other lands in agricultural districts, where people wanted to use it for farming, and I think there's a provision in the Pine Barrens legislation that carves out an exception for farming.
There is, but that's not an issue in this request. So this request is really if it's consistent with the easement, which staff believes it is.
And I don't have the easement in front of me. Does the easement for this property to use it for agricultural purposes, does it have any restriction in terms of constructing a accessory building for agricultural purposes?
It allows, specifically reserve the right to use the property, build agricultural buildings, provided there wasn't a material alteration of native vegetation, which is not occurring here.
Right.
So it's consistent with the easement. It doesn't require the commission go to the statute on the definition of agriculture to make that determination.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I also ask Mr. Rivera, what will be the actual use for the agricultural building?
Yeah, you can come up.
Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
You know, how I got here, it was a mistake. I bought the property, and I don't know there was an easement there until after my lawyer looked at it. So when my guys was cleaning the property, it was a brand new sign, and my son said, "Dad, you better check this because this is like say conservation easement."
Right.
So we called him, and he took me around for 3 or 4 months, and finally I got a hold of Jerry, which was very helpful. And I said, "Listen, it's what it is. So I got to do something with that because." I pay $175,000 for the property, not knowing. So now the only thing I can do basically is at least keep it clean and farm, flower something. You know, because if you leave it like that, it's like I cleaned so much stuff in there. It was like a dumping ground.
Wow.
So I spent like $5,000 just to clean in the property. I got pictures of it, and I'm pretty sure if anybody traveled in that road, because in the corner on the street, anybody just dump stuff in there. So that's why I proposed it was close it down, I clean it, and I will make sure, because I live in Mountville there, I live about maybe about a mile from there, and I make sure they stay clean. The reason why the shed is so we can keep all the tools in there, so when my guys go in there and clean on Saturday, and at least we can do something with the property. So at this point, I'm stuck with it, so it's either that or I even proposed it to sell it back to you guys, but you guys don't buy property, so I'm stuck. So
The
that's my
importance
story.
of getting a good attorney.
Huh?
I said that's
Exactly.
the importance of getting a good attorney.
Well, unfortunately,
And I'm not an attorney, but
unfortunately, this is after the fact, you know.
Right.
So I just thank God for the little sign because I would have just thought it was a big piece of property. But you guys put new signs in there. It was not there. Maybe the person who was selling in the real estate, I'm pretty sure they knew there was an easement, and I'm not going to pass it along to somebody else. So I said, I take my losses, and then we just move on. Hopefully that you guys understand and let me at least grow something there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
John, in terms of action, do we need a motion or?
Yeah, I think a motion would be appropriate to say that the proposed use is consistent and that if there's a change, it may not be consistent. So the proposed use is consistent and it can proceed, would be the motion.
I'll make a motion that the proposed construction of an agricultural building is consistent with the intent of the easement.
I'll
And that,
second.
as described in the letter, I think there was a size to the size of the building.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Under the compatible growth area, item 3D, referral on 69 Cypress Avenue subdivision of Flanders, a two-lot subdivision of 43,556 square feet with one existing residence in the R15 zoning district. This is concerning a direct response prepared by staff. Julie?
Yeah, there's a draft letter in the package that we need authorization to send to the town to respond to this referral. It appears to be non-development. It's two lots that conform to the underlying zoning district in Flanders, in the town of Southampton.
I'll make a motion to send the letter as drafted.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 3E, Finks Farm CGA hardship application on 6242 Middle Country Road, Wading River. Proposal to clear 95% of 11.2 acres where 65% is presently cleared. It's in the RB 80 zoning district, and today we're scheduling a public hearing. I'd like to schedule a public hearing for May 18th at 3 p.m. Do we have a motion to schedule the hearing?
We'll make a motion to schedule a public hearing for May 18th on Finks Farm.
Thank you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 3F, Tomasino CGA hardship application, 88 Woodland Avenue, Manorville. Proposal to clear 45% when 35% is allowed for 9,600 square foot equine therapy arena on 2.37 acres with a single-family residence in the A2 zoning district. It's on the agenda today to schedule a public hearing. We'd like to have that scheduled for June 15th at 3 p.m. since we will likely have a second hearing already for May 18th if Ryerson Avenue comes back.
Okay, I'll move to schedule that for June 18th. June, is it 18th?
15th.
15th.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, the next item is 3G RD Industrial. This was a DRS application for the commission. It's on Ramsey Road and Precision Drive in Yaphank. It's on the agenda today for Mr. Milazzo to discuss policy when there are existing remnant conservation easements on a development project site, which is what's occurring with the Brookhaven RD site, and how they should be addressed when the commission is looking to place their own conservation easement on the property. John?
That's correct. Thank you, Judy. I think Tim Shea from Sir Tilman Ballin is on the call representing the applicant. As you may recall, the commission approved this application for three buildings on three parcels at the Brookhaven R&D, which is on the south side of the Expressway east of William Floyd Parkway. As a condition of the commission's approval, it said the applicant had to give a conservation easement to protect 15 or so acres of the site. We ran a title report on the property and we noticed some easements that were recorded prior to the commission's decision that would allow some portions of the property to be developed, and that could be in a manner that's inconsistent with the commission's easement. We've been working with the applicant to get those resolved, and we're here today to discuss those. Mr. Shea, are you with us? Is he here? So the question is, it looks like there's one or two easements that are left that need to be resolved, and they allow, and I think it's really just one, which was a filed map recorded in the 1980s that said there was a sewer line that was to be proposed on the south side of the property, and whether they can, their concern is that the entity that has the right to install that sewer line is prior to our easement, so they could develop that sewer line even though the commission's easement would prohibit that.
I'm just going to state that that probably is moot,
Okay.
because there is a sewer district there, so it's run by the town, it's sewer district number 2, so all the sewer lines are in, and everyone is being taxed. Not everyone is hooked up, but all the sewer lines are into that industrial park, and everyone is being, it's a sewer district that's run by the town of Brookhaven, sewer district number 2.
And the reason I said we're down to one is because I got an email at 2 o'clock dropping a bunch of the concerns that existed prior to 2 o'clock
Right.
away, and I think we're down to that one issue.
Which-
And with that clarity,
Yeah,
there may be a
it's
move.
moot because all the sewer lines are in, the town put the sewer lines in, built sewer district 2, and
Yeah.
runs a sewage treatment plant for that industrial park.
I think it goes away as well. And up until 2 o'clock, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 others that were of concern, but somehow the applicant seems to have gotten those omitted from the report. Tim, am I right?
Is
You
Tim
can always say
Shea
yes to
there?
that, and then-
I'm on. I'm raising my hand.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I was a little bit confused there for a while. Yes. Well, I appreciate all of John's hard work on this. He and I have been communicating. And I appreciate Mr. Romaine's comments with regard to the sewer district. There is the one open item of the one easement. That is an old easement that was done way back before the site actually got developed, which called for, again, a 15-foot area in the frontage of the property for utilities. All the utilities are already in on this property, as Mr. Romaine correctly pointed out. And so we would just ask that the commission allow us to record the document, the conservation easement. It is our opinion that none of the easements on the property or any of the matters that have not been omitted already would have any impact on the validity and the enforcement of the conservation easement once it is recorded, and that would be superior to any other recorded documents in that it is not in conflict with them, and we believe that it should be recorded. And we hope that the board would go along with and grant our request.
So Tim, I have an email from you at 2 saying that you had affirmative insurance for that one. Is that
I gave you a second email saying that there seemed to be I had a conversation with my client saying we were going to have affirmative insurance on that one particular item. I then got an email from the title person indicating it was on a different area. And I emailed you, and you may not have ever seen the email saying, hold off. I just got an email. I would like to address this in front of the board. And if I may, I gave John a memo with regard to this matter. And to be honest with you, this easement that we're talking about was recorded prior to any other easements and any other utilities being laid in the roadway. Currently, all utilities that service this project are in the roadways of the various roads within the project. That includes sewer, electric, gas, and water. And the telephone poles are in the right-of-way. So that there would be absolutely no need for anybody to utilize our property, and we would defend against that. And second, our property is the furthest east property out of the whole subdivision. All the other properties surrounding us are already hooked up to utilities. So therefore, there would be no practical reason for anybody to ever try to exercise this. Furthermore, the planning board required us as a condition of our site plan approval to record this conservation easement as well as the Pine Barren Society. As such, the town in its police powers is authorized to do so, and it's our opinion that by virtue of the fact that the town required this, that the conservation easement, once it's recorded, stands on its own and would trump the previously recorded easement.
Well,
Oh, wait. I just got another text, and hold on one second. I just got your text.
Tim, so the easement, it's a covenant restriction that was filed in January of '81, and it talks about easements along the 15 feet of the property lines in the subdivision map and as reasonably necessary for other utilities. So Mr. Shea's arguing that it's not reasonably necessary because all of the utilities are in the road. I'll just highlight for Tim, this is an example of we're not going to do this again at the last moment. So,
if I may, I just got a text saying that the email I got had a typo, and we will have affirmative insurance for 4F.
So this falls on. So then this matter can be taken off the agenda and move on. Thank you,
Thank
Tim.
you very much.
And I appreciate the commission's cooperation in bringing this to the commission at this late time. I know the applicant echoes that. I assure you that the applicant in the future will not have this discretion or deference. This is a one-time deal at this last moment like this.
I was hoping if we waited a little longer,
It would go away. They'd be
another
paying you.
email or another text.
Yeah, no, I don't want any more texts. I'll change your mind.
John, is there anything further?
No actions needed.
Okay,
Except for to note that we're not doing this again, Tim.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so that then brings us to the public hearing portion of the agenda, which starts at 3. And
Are we going to have a closed advisory session today?
I
No,
don't
there's
think
no
so.
need. Okay,
no.
so we just have to wait till 3 o'clock.
Right, and I don't know if can we jump to the last public comment?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So we can get that, and then we can just adjourn at the end.
Absolutely.
So if there's anyone at this point that wants to provide public comment on anything other than the comprehensive land use plan amendments, which they should wait to the hearing to provide those comments. Is there anyone in the audience that has anything at this point? Is there anyone on Zoom that has any comments at this point? Please raise your hand. Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll be...
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting till 3 p.m.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
What happens when you're fishing, right?
Yeah.